101 or something.
Because they're barners. They're putrefied. I mean, just Auburn fans in general. Just Auburn.
Ugh.
Cal
Disgusting.
College. Just disgusting.
We had
Just
former
disgusting. And the people that I follow, I got people that I follow on Facebook and Twitter.
Ellis, it's good for the state. Well, I guess the state doesn't need anything good for us to happen. It's kind of like that road construction. They tell us it's good for us.
You think the governor down there is
well, she's an idiot. She graduated Auburn. She's an idiot.
Oh, well, yeah, she's an idiot. She graduated from Auburn.
Yeah, but I mean, that didn't make her an idiot. No, going to Auburn.
It's a disgrace to the University of Alabama to have Bama fans rooting for Auburn. I like one here that works where I work at right here. He goes, well, it's the SEC. I said, I don't care if it's the SEC or not.
I never feel any love. I never feel any love when we're playing Clemson in the championship. I never see the SEC having T-shirts going, hey, well, let's root for Alabama to beat Clemson. No, come on. I don't ever hear that. It's a bunch of garbage. It's a bunch of baloney.
Well, that's what I told him. He just kind of laughed, and I thought, you're not an Bama fan.
Yeah, I agree.
Awful.
Listen, once we identify these guys, we're kicking them out of the Bama Nation. They keep this up, they're gone.
Yeah, they don't need to be in the Bama Nation.
Yeah, they keep this up, we're kicking them out. We're pulling their fan card. We're not going to be Alabama fans and all. You just don't do it that way. It's like you can't be an Alabama and a part-time Barner. Well, I pull for Auburn when they're not playing Alabama. Well, then you're not really an Alabama fan.
I'm not none of them, especially Auburn.
You're a college football fan. You're not an Alabama fan. Thank you, Ellis. Appreciate you, man.
All right.
We'll come with us. Corey?
No.
Okay. You had me worried there for a minute.
And speaking of never losing the game, you never leave it up to the committee's hands. You always put it in your hands. When you go out there and take care of business like you're supposed to, you don't have to sweat it out every time.
Right.
Wouldn't you agree?
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
I mean, I'm talking about when Nick Saban says it's never okay to lose a game when you take care of business.
Okay. Yeah. I thought we were talking about Auburn.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning. When you take care of business like you're supposed to, you don't have to put it in the committee's hands.
I got you.
But anyway, going back to the scrimmage, are you concerned?
Like, it's hard for me to even talk about the scrimmage. Like, we had a great scrimmage, but it I feel like the bigger issue that we got to address today in the Bama Nation is why some of us have fallen from grace.
I don't get it, Ryan. I just don't understand.
I just don't understand. Like, former players that have worn the crimson jersey, that have got blood, sweat, and tears out on that field rooting for Auburn and trying to explain it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's just basketball. It makes me sick at my stomach. I was arguing with a guy last night via text message for 2 hours. I tried to explain to him. I said, no. He goes, well, I can be both. Nope. Can't do that. You're a college football fan. You may not be an Alabama fan. You're just a college football fan, and you like to see good college football. And so in return, you follow the Alabama Crimson Tide. But if Auburn's doing good, hey, we're going to pull for them.
In basketball terms, do you think Louisville was rooting for Kentucky?
I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it.
So why would you think Alabama fans would be rooting for Auburn yesterday?
No. I don't care if it's softball, baseball, swimming and diving, rowing, anything. Horseshoes, tic-tac-toe, chess tournament, nothing. He said rooting for Auburn because they're in the States, like rooting for Satan because he's in the Bible. Larry, I think we'll just shut it down and go home for the day. I think you've absolutely won the show. Rooting for Auburn because they're in the States, like rooting for Satan because he's in the Bible. Thank you, Larry. We appreciate you listening. Let's go to Tommy. Tommy, good afternoon. You're in the game.
Hey, Ron, I wish you didn't say that for that same before I came on. Now he just shot me down. I agree. We just need to shut the show down.
Yeah, that's
vacation day.
Yeah, that's a home run right there. That's
a home run.
But Tommy, did you see these people on Facebook and social networks saying it's okay to pull for Auburn?
Well, I was sitting at softball. I know you don't like me to talk about softball.
You could talk about softball. It's fine.
But I'm sitting there. We're watching the game, team fighting, making a comeback. And there's people on my road in front of me and behind me had their cell phones out listening to the Auburn-Kentucky game.
Were they yelling?
They're going, oh, God. Someone say, yeah, it made the state good. Other people going, oh, and one girl was laughing and say, oh, my friend made a nasty tweet about that. I'm like, what's the softball game? Alabama's playing. Not Auburn. We are Alabama. We're not Auburn. What's the game? Support the girls.
So Tommy, you're confirming that at a softball game where Alabama's playing Mississippi State had nothing to do with Auburn, you had people watching their cell phones rooting for Auburn.
Some was, and about the other 50% wasn't. You know.
Man, this makes me sick at my stomach.
I'm sitting here. I'm like,
I never heard of such. I never heard of such in all my life.
Oh, well, I'm on my little soapbox or whatever.
Let it rip. You're fine.
I mean, there's a girl who's playing hard, represents the University of Alabama, I mean, you talk about the script A, what it means. I mean, you have some debate about that.
Sure.
Because football is king. I believe a lot of the sports at this university do not get a fair shot. That's just my opinion. I know 97% of the people will shoot me down on that, but that's my opinion. Okay, here's these girls giving the effort, and they got the cell phone out. I'm like, oh, my word. I think there should be a rule. You shouldn't allow cell phones in a softball game. I mean, I don't care when I don't have one. Matter of fact, it's just to a point where you got texting all the time, and I live in, Romulus, and they have to put sunlight out here, because I got bad reception for the computer and cell phone, so I don't have one. That's why I listen to you on the radio. I mean, I was just disgusted. Who cares who wins the national championship? If I'm not in it, who cares? I'm sorry. I mean,
but I even had people that were texting me that were talking about, well, it's good for the state. It's good that it'll wake Alabama's administration up, and we'll be dedicated and build a new Coliseum. And listen, it's never. It's like Nick Saban said. It's never okay to lose a game. It's never okay to pull for Auburn. Never.
No, we have discussion about losing other games, like we talked about the 1970s Southern Cal game. They said Bryant kind of threw that game. I said, no, he didn't. He made a point. He never lost, but they got beaten up. I hate to say there's no such a thing as a good loss, but that was a good loss because he had to change his philosophy. And guess what? We went to the Wishbone, and look what we done. And when Utah beat Alabama in the Sugar Bowl, guess what? We won the national championship the year after, 2 years, 11 and 12. If I haven't got my dates mixed up. Something good come out of losing, but losing still sucks.
Yeah. Well, Tommy, call the people that about the Auburn Tigers, that support the Auburn Tigers. We've got a very special guest coming up from USA Today. Nancy Armour is a brave media journalist, great writer. She's wrote an article, and I guess nobody else in the state will have her own. That's okay, we will. She wrote an article, and she pretty much lays it out. Auburn's Bruce Pearl symbolizes the rot in college athletics. She wrote an article.
Well,
that he symbolized 3:30. 3:30.
Well, I might call back. I usually don't call. I don't want to be these things, but I would love to listen to her.
She's coming up at 3:30. She's written a great article, and she's going to be coming in. Nancy Armour. Bruce Pearl symbolizes the rot in college. That is a big statement. That title right there says it all. Nancy Armour, USA Today. I mean, this is not like weedeater.com. This is, the nation's newspaper. This is not some of those that gave Auburn the championship back in 2004. Nancy Armour, a well-known writer for USA Today. Auburn's Bruce Pearl symbolizes the rot in college athletics. That's a big statement. 3:30.
3:30, all right.
Thank you,
I'll
Tom.
probably call back then. But you ain't got to see it. It's just like I heard today that the coaching staff of the women's team in North Carolina is suspended. I thought it was the men's team and the football team up there they're looking at. They're going to nail everybody else at that school but the beloved blue blood Tar Heels. And I'm like, there's from poor old Missouri. I don't know what they really did. They get nailed. There's certain people, just like I'm going to go back to Auburn softball. They hired Clint Myers. I was told from people who lived in Arizona, they laughed at us, said, "Oh, you got the devil in Alabama now. Ha ha. I wish nothing but good luck to y'all." And look what they did. He got him number 2, and guess what? He got him in trouble almost. I mean, if you win something, win it the best way you can. If you win it, then they take it away from you. You're going to be a laughing stock. If they win the national championship, all that, they're going to be like our John Calipari Memphis team. They went to the Final Four, but they made them had to take the banner down because he had to leak something happened about players didn't do something right, and they made them vacate that Final Four appearance. You know, you're going to have all this beautiful things like Auburn, that wonderful gym. 2019 Final Four finalists.
Gotcha.
It may be 2 years.
Well, but I mean, who cares if they take it down? I mean, hey, they haven't won it yet. Tommy, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you for being a part of our show.
All right.
But you're right. It may be revoked. It may not make it through. Bubba and Calera. Good afternoon, Bubba. You're in the game, man.
I can't even fathom it, my friend. Anybody pulling for Auburn for any reason whatsoever.
I agree.
The other caller that said that's like rooting for Satan because he's in the Bible was a perfect description. So, yeah, I agree with him, too. I mean, that's just – but I don't understand. And, you know, it kind of – you know, my dad one time, several years back before he passed away, A.J. McCarron had graduated from Alabama, and a little thing came out that he was going to pull for, I guess, Auburn or something until they lost or they was winning or, well, yeah, they're in the – and he was kind of doing that noises and people was complaining. And, of course, I told my dad about it. My dad said, you know, hey, that's okay. Dad said, let him pull for him because what's going to happen is he's going to get in the real world and let him get out here in the real world for a couple of years and wait till he see how Auburn fans treat him, you know, in the real world. Because, you know, we're like, oh, we're going to pull for Auburn. But you let Alabama make a run in the Final Four here in a couple of years or something like that, they'll all be cheering against us. And heaven forbid they win a football game.
Don't they always? But, Bubba, I tell you what I'm finding out, though, and I'm finding out this right here, okay? I'm finding out that you've got some group of these Alabama fans that are just riding this ship because it's sailing in the right direction. They're not even really Alabama fans. I'm finding this out. There's no way that you can be a real Alabama fan, like core-to-core Alabama fan, and like part-time Barner. No, it just didn't work that way.
No, it's impossible. And you know, like I said, it's, you know,
but they're temporary Alabama fans.
Yeah, that's all they are. And I mean, you can try to pull for Auburn if you want, and you think you're being politically correct and all that good stuff. But you know, that's going to get you bit in the butt pretty soon. You know, because I don't want to get political or anything, but you know, there's certain people that want you to do things for them, and then when the shoe's on the other foot, they're going to come at you hard. And I'm telling you, if Alabama has any kind of success on the basketball court, don't think for 2 seconds these Auburn people are going to be like, well, they cheered for us, but we're going to cheer for them. They will tear us down every time they get a chance. It's just a rivalry, and that's just what it is.
I agree.
You know, the way, I don't know. They hired a sleazeball coach, and they're winning. So, hey, I mean, to me, it's just like Cam Newton in that national championship. We know exactly how they won that national championship. So,
but I mean, when's the last time that Auburn has ever won a championship when they haven't been under a scandal? Like you go back to '93 when they had a great year. What was wrong? They were on bowl ban. They couldn't compete in postseason. You go through the different era. Even 1957, they split it with Ohio State. It's a split national title because they were on probation.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's just, I don't know. Like you said, there's always been something wrong. But, I mean, they're not true Alabama fans. They're cheering for them, first of all. And second of all, I'm telling you, if the shoes flip, they're going to be running to these same Auburn people. It's like, are you cheering for us? We sure are, because we're going to, you know, they're going to go to them, hey, Alabama, you going to cheer for us? They're going to be like, no, I think your team stinks, and I've never cheered for you, you Bammer. And they're going to be like, what? So, you know, I don't get it. I'll never cheer for them. Who's Auburn playing in the Final Four?
Don't know.
Don't know? Well, that's who I'm cheering for. There's 3 teams I'm pulling for in the Final Four. So that's just the way it is. I will cheer against them.
I'm not an Auburn fan. I don't know. No, I mean, I'm just kidding. I mean, they play Virginia, but go Calvary.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's who I'm cheering for. If that's who they're playing.
Yeah. They're playing. Yeah, they're playing. But it's regardless if they win or lose or whatever, get their head beat in. When we got to correct what this has helped us do. It's identify some of these weak Bammers.
Yeah.
Like
No,
I
you're
said,
right.
Santa Clara must have did something more than just beating us. Like they must have, I don't know, ripped our brain out or something.
Probably way over half of your listeners are nothing but hypocrites. I mean, look at how long it's been since the Clemson loss, and you can go through Tuscaloosa in one day today and count on one hand how many Clemson jersey people you see walking around.
You think they put them up?
They still ashamed. But they showed up on that during Cal College.
Man.
You know, well, that's like the man that gets married, tells his wife, "Now, you know I'm still going to spend Friday nights with my girlfriend because she's a brunette also. But I ain't going to be with no redheads or blondes. I'm just all
That
for
just didn't
brunette."
make sense, does it, Red?
Oh, it's like seeing the devil handing out sweet iced tea when you go to hell. I mean, Larry, he should have called in with his while ago. He's got call of the year and all the Dreamland he could eat with that one.
that was brilliant. Larry did.
He should have called it in, man, and let it be heard. But I mean, it's sickening what it is.
It's a disease.
Oh, it is. I mean, they are a disgrace to the human race, is what they are. And I mean, it makes me want to puke. They always make me want to puke, but these hypocrite fans, to me, are worse than the Cal College fans. At least they ain't going to pull for Alabama.
Well, that's true. You don't ever see Auburn people pulling for Alabama.
Exactly. But you got so-called, I hate even call them fans, these weirdos that walk around in crimson jerseys. But let us lose a championship game, you cannot find them. I mean, they'll wear it inside their home. But, man, I wear mine with pride. I dare anybody to say anything about it.
You didn't pull for Auburn, did you?
Mine, we had pastors' conference today, and so most of those guys either went to Alabama or they are Alabama fans. Okay.
Okay, good. Well, I mean,
So the director of missions had this survey today.
Okay.
And he asked everyone if they each as they came in if they was pulling for Auburn this past Saturday. And did you know I am the only one that said I would not, I did not, I would not. The only one. And there was about, I don't know, 15 of us there, 20. Can you believe that?
You mean to tell me there was pastors that were there that were pulling for Auburn?
Every single one but me.
Oh, Lord.
Ryan,
No wonder we're going wrong in this city because we got the pastors leading us wrong.
Ryan, I've got to tell you, but guess who the visiting preacher was? Our friend Brandon.
Yes, my friend Brandon. Yeah. Great dude.
And he's special. He did some real preaching. But Ryan, and I know he told me because I'd not met Brandon before, but he told me that he said, I've called in behind you before and had something to say about what you said. I said, yeah, I know you've done that a couple of times. Sorry. Anyway, well, Ryan, no, I don't pull for Auburn.
Now, hold on a minute. Was he pulling for Auburn?
I don't remember whether he did or not. I think that maybe he did.
Oh, Lord. That'll be the last time I put him on a green field with some good deer.
Hey, I know it, right? He told me you put him in some good spots, man. You've been hunting with him, all that stuff. But Ryan, it's crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. No, I don't pull for Auburn for any reason, and it's just plain crazy. So I don't. I'm like you. I don't understand that, and it's just this crowd. It's this young crowd. It's not. I don't know.
We're becoming soft.
So, but you know where I stood, right? So there you go on that.
Well, at least we got somebody standing for righteousness.
well, Ryan, it's just the right thing to do, and no one can understand that.
Yeah.
You don't pull for Auburn, period, for any reason. Besides, are they still playing basketball, Ryan?
They are at some parts of the state.
But man, I know you're trying to get to the break. But hey,
listen. And I know I got a bunch of Auburn people texting me right now. They're trying to smack talk my cell phone. I'm going to change numbers. I've come to realize I need to do that. Auburn's Bruce Pearl symbolizes the rot in college athletics. Nancy Armour wrote that article at usatoday.com. It was published in the Nation's newspaper. We're actually going to be having Nancy join our show in 10 minutes. She's going to be live here on the program. So,
well, Ryan, I'll listen to him, but I want to tell you real quick. I don't care if they're winning. It's perfect. And I don't care if by winning they become the greatest name ever in basketball. I don't care. I don't care if it makes them look beautiful or ugly or whatever. People can say, well, they're going to win it, but go on probation. I don't care about all that. I don't want them to win if it makes them the most perfect program that ever has been.
Now, somebody said that you pulled for Auburn last year when we needed a win.
Ryan, you do remember it wasn't last year. It was a couple of years ago, and it's true enough that there was a reason.
Isn't there a Dawson War Eagle in the system?
Wait a minute. I did for the benefit of Alabama, not for their benefit. And right now, there's nothing that they're doing that can benefit Alabama by winning. Am I right?
No, you're right.
So, at that time, it looked like we needed them to win for us to get in. So, it's only sensible to hope that would happen, right?
Right.
Roll Tide, man.
Hey, Dawson, hold on a minute. I want to make sure that, is this you?
War Eagle.
We'll do it one more time. Is this you?
War Eagle. Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
You do know how to delete that thing, right?
Hey, they've still got mine over here when I pulled for Auburn against Jameis Winston because I wasn't pulling for that rapist.
Well, there you go. There you go. There is a reason why you can do it.
But then when I got to the game and the game started, I couldn't pull for Auburn. I tried it. I refused, even though I said I was going to. When I got to the game, I couldn't do it. All right, thank you, Dawson.
Roll Tide, man.
Break. Here it is. Bunch of them. Here's a lady that's listening to our show, Emily. Emily, you need to go to my doctor and get an anti-Auburn shot. It's a vaccine that will fix your Alabama and Auburn love, okay? Yes, I'm a real Bama fan. I grew up in Gadsden, Alabama. Graduated from Alabama. I pulled for Auburn in every game they played in the tournament so far, and I'll pull for them to win it all. Emily, allow me and you to talk just for a couple of minutes, okay? Just you and I. Nobody else. Nobody else is listening, okay? Everybody else. Emily, you cannot do both. It's illegal. You just cannot do it. I married into it. You graduated from Alabama. Obviously, you're a pretty smart lady. You cannot flip over and say, well, I'll just be a part-time Barner. You're either full-time Barner or you're a full-time Bammer. You just cannot be in the middle. It's just not possible. It's like, I love the devil, but I love Jesus too. No. You just can't do it like that. It's illegal. I don't think Auburn fans want you either. And I'm not sure Alabama fans want you, but I'm getting a lot of that today. A lot of these folks that are wanting to pull for Auburn and be part-time Barners. Maybe they're just temporary Alabama fans. Oh, good afternoon, man. You're in the game.
Man, I've been out of town and my phone blew up when people want me to call a show. I think this is ridiculous. I don't know what the heck's wrong with these Alabama fans, but these are the same Auburn fans that went to a parade and stomped on us. This is the same Auburn fans that stand around all the time and say, we're crap, we're not nothing. And I've about had it with this clown. He goes on show after show after show, and he has run Coach Saban down. He's run our administration down. He's run the players, the fans, and his university down. And you might be a Navy man like me, but you're a freaking bum because you're an Auburn fan, and stay off our show. I could come to Montgomery and find you, and when I do, I'll stick my foot so far up your butt, you ain't going to know what hit you. You're a joke as an Auburn fan, and you're a disgrace as far as I'm concerned for Auburn fans because of the way you are. And, Corey, I love you, man, but you got to grow up here, son. You can't be pulling for Auburn. It just don't happen. That is our enemy in these states.
Enemy.
These guys are no good.
Absolutely. They're no good for us. None.
They don't care about us.
No.
And I'm telling y'all, as Alabama fans, I know this because I went over there in 99 for the game. I had 65, 70-year-old men cussing me out, calling me the worst piece of crap in the world. But after the ball game, you couldn't find them because we shut them up 28-17. Bama fans better start taking a stand. Don't let these bums get underneath you.
No, that's exactly right.
Their basketball team is a joke. They're just lucky. And I come on the show last week, and I said that if Greg didn't fire Avery, I would pull for Auburn. Well, you know what? He fired him, so I ain't going to pull for Auburn.
So you were pretty confident that he was going to fire him?
Oh, yeah, but I wasn't going to pull for him anyway.
I got you.
You just don't – look, if we have a farting contest or a burping contest with Auburn, you know, I'm for Alabama. And if anybody else gets in the contest with them, right, I'm for them. Don't pull.
Well, I'm reading this one tweet. I mean, all these people, like this one Bama fan says, I'm pulling for Auburn, and I don't give a blank who knows it. See,
he's not an Alabama fan.
I agree with you. I think they're just temporary Alabama fans. We are identifying today in the last couple of days, we call these temporary Alabama fans. They jumped on board because Alabama was winning, and they said, hey, I want to be a part of that. And now they're Auburn fans because Auburn's winning and they're in the Final Four.
Well, let me ask y'all one question. Who is always flying flags on their cars, whether they win or lose? Alabama fans. They always put their butts in the seats even when we're losing. Auburn fans only come out when they're winning.
That's right.
When
sure.
Losing,
they're as fair weather fans as you'll ever come across. You're right.
Amen.
100%. Thank you, Jumbo.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Thank you. Absolutely. Let's go to David down in Tampa. David, good afternoon. You're in the game.
Hey, Ryan. How are you today?
Well, I realize that some of my Crimson Tide brethren are delusional today. They've bumped their head.
Yeah, that is crazy. You know, I can't even bring myself to watch the game. I turned that game on with about, 5 minutes left and watched the end. And when it went into overtime, it was pretty obvious who was going to win, and I had to flip. I can't watch Auburn. I can't watch LSU. I can't watch much of the SEC unless Alabama's in it.
Like I have issues rooting for anybody in the SEC, but really when it comes to Auburn, Tennessee, and LSU, no, I can't do it.
Nah, I can't either. That Nancy Armour, man, she's got some guts. When I was on hold, I was Googling for that article, and I ran across this one from this guy named Troy Turner, who apparently writes for Opelika Auburn News or something, and he had a rebut to her story. But
well, David, I'll say this: she did when she agreed to come on. She said, "Yeah, I'll come on and discuss the article." And I said, "Perfect. What number should I call you on?" And she goes, "No, I'll call you." She pretty much she didn't want number getting out in Alabama. She thought I was the enemy. No, this is friendly environment here. We were. I'm glad somebody on the national level decided to say it.
Yeah, I got to go back and read her article now. I didn't actually find her article. I found this other one first. But hey, I want to mention something to you, or ask you about something. I saw last week where 24/7 had put out an article, and one of the things they were mentioning there is some comments Saban had about his kicker, and I can't remember the new guy from Hoover.
Will Rickard.
That's who he was talking about, and he's saying this guy he kicked well. And he said he's also a punter, and then he said, and then we have the other guys, and I think that's a direct quote.
Oh yeah, it was.
And I got to thinking about that, and I mean, Saban's not one to call, to praise his players, especially new players like Riker. So he must be pretty impressed with this kid.
Well, I mean, think about it. If Joseph Bulivos was on your team, would you have any confidence in him kicking a kick?
No, but for Saban to get out there in front of it and throw his voice behind it, I don't know. I thought that was I hadn't heard anybody mention it. I figured that would be something, at least something on Twitter that somebody picked up. But
I thought there were several things. We got some Nick Saban audio that we're going to get to coming up in a couple of minutes, and we're going to get back to the recap and some of the scrimmage. But we can still go the direction of this Auburn stuff because I think it needs to be said just for these temporary Alabama fans. But hopefully, there's some Alabama fans that have decided, even some former players, very well recognized former players that are pulling for the Auburn Tigers. Auburn made the Final Four. We had Nancy Armour on a couple of minutes ago to kind of talk about the article that she published in USA Today, talking about Bruce Pearl's The Rot of College Athletics. If you get a chance, go read that, USA Today. Nancy Armour wrote that article. That's not Opelika News. It's not the local newspaper in a small Bama town. This is the USA Today. USA Today article. Nancy Armour. You can go check that out. We're taking your phone calls right now. Let's go to Leon. Leon, good afternoon, Leon. You're in the game.
What's happening, man? Ryan, listen.
All right.
You said you talking Alabama Crimson Tide Sports on Tide 100.9 and 100.29, right?
Yes, sir. You're right.
Okay, enough said. I get so sick of all these folks calling in our show, our program. Hey, man, I ain't never called no Florida show, no Auburn show, no Ole Miss show. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, I do.
And see, I'm going from today all the way back to about a couple of weeks ago. You had said something one day, man, I feel kind of bad. You said Gator Man has said something and it stung. Man, Gator, I know Gator Man personally. He's wrong with my nephew. Gator Man look, you can pick up Florida station real clear.
So you know Gator Man?
Yeah, I know, guys. He wrong with my nephew. He's been to my house a plenty of times. I ran away from my house one time because he was mad at Nick Saban.
Well, yeah, he said it. He's predicting that Nick Saban and the dynasty is over.
Man, Ryan, let me tell you something. When you said that Gator Man, some of you said, it was last week I was listening to you, said some of you said it stung. And I said to myself, I said, man, we and Ryan going to wake up and realize, Gator Man, he can call the Florida show. Why he always calling this show? We ain't talking about no Florida. Then like all these folks been all up in the arm today, talking about Auburn going to the Final Four. I don't care nothing about what Auburn going, man. Listen. That Auburn don't exist to me.
Yeah, but Leon, what we were talking about, we didn't care about the Auburn Final Four. Yeah. We're talking about real Alabama fans pulling for Auburn. Leon, have you ever pulled for Auburn?
I don't pull for Auburn in a pissing contest. If Auburn was pissing against a polecat, I'll pull for the polecat. You understand what I'm saying?
I think that's the drop the mic segment right there.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, see, I said the wrong words.
You're fine. You're fine.
But if that was taking place in a contest,
yeah,
I'm for the polecat.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you understand that?
Well, yeah, but I tweeted out this, and I took a lot of backlash. My comment was this: I said, if Saudi Arabia was lining up against the Auburn Tigers.
Right, and you will be in the Saudi stand.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, Saudi would have at least two fans, Leon and myself.
If Saudi Arabia and Auburn were playing, I have my turban and my sheik on and all that stuff up in the stand, raw for Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I've already got the beard. So
okay, me too.
Yeah,
got a little bit of beard. Yeah.
Yeah, but Leon, I was like, okay, I'll give you a great example. The starting linebacker for this past year's team was Mack Wilson.
Right.
He put out here on his Twitter account, finish Auburn men's basketball. O.J. Howard, great tight end, super tight end, out here tweeting good things about Auburn. Derrick Henry, praise the Lord for Derrick Henry. Derrick was out here correcting his teammates. Out here telling them, no, don't do this. You don't need to pull for Auburn. Thank the Lord for Derrick Henry. He was out here correcting our
you don't never supposed to pull for Auburn. Come on, man. How do you don't pull for Auburn, man?
No, you don't pull for Auburn. But I
tell you what, the closest I can come to it is congratulations to when I'm talking to a fan.
Don't even do that.
Well, I can't pull for him.
Now, here's what you do, Leon. You find you a good Auburn fan.
Yeah.
And you say, listen, you may win that championship. The NCAA is going to pull that banner down.
9 times out of 10, because just like you had said earlier when I was on my way home from work, you said every time a championship is involved with Auburn, there's a scandal involved also. And I believe that. I've seen that all my life.
All my life.
I've seen it all my life. Ryan said it now.
The history of Auburn athletics.
Thank you.
If they're winning, they're cheating.
Yep, and it ain't because Ryan Fowler said it.
No. I mean, I wasn't even on the air in 93.
You're right.
And I wasn't even live in 57 when they got on probation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's the year I was born, 57. I'm 61 years old, right?
Right. I didn't pay Cam Newton to come and be my quarterback in 2010.
That's right. I ain't give him a dime, but he came.
That's right. Cheated.
He didn't come free. Because Mississippi State, some people who I know in Starkville who was closely, I better shut my mouth.
No, but I mean,
they know a bag was set up that was never picked up.
Yeah. Leon, his dad pimped him out, man. Come on. I mean, you think he went to Auburn for the oak trees?
No, he went to Auburn because the bag was a little fatter over in Lee County.
That's right.
That's what happened.
Sure.
Because I know a guy I used to play basketball with. Let me tell you something, Ryan. This guy here is closely associated with the Mississippi State program. That dude said, hey, man, we had all this stuff to set. Just couldn't be Auburn.
Right.
He could be lying, but guess what? I don't believe he's lying.
I don't either. All right. Well, listen, you find Gator, man. Slap him upside the head for us, okay?
I got to see him because I've heard him call you several times around the last couple of.
Oh man, he's been getting us all worked up, man. I don't know what he's doing. No, I don't know what he's doing, man.
Okay. Well, see, I can't hardly call you that much. You know what I'm saying? But I waited this evening. I waited for a long time to talk because I wanted to talk about that. But I mainly want to talk about it and piggyback on with all these other different so-called fans and other people want to call our show. Quit calling our show then. Call it the Florida Network and the Auburn Network and the Georgia Network. We had 100.9, 102.9 with Ryan Fowler and the rest of the guys that precedes you. We are Bama people.
Right.
We make no mistake about it, and we talk about Bama.
That's right. That's right.
We ain't think about no Gators. And Gator, man, I'll be saying, like I said, I had to run him with me in front of my house last year because he got mad, wanted to fight Nick Saban. But I told him, Nick Saban stepped in Crown Point, man.
You know, Leon, we're thinking about imposing a rule, and I'm not sure if this would pass or not. We're thinking about banning all opposing callers. It's just like you gotta. Well, and I say that because we've had some Bama guys slip in the door and say they're pulling for Auburn. Some way filtering out the authentic Bama fans and the fake ones. And if you're not a fan of Bama, we're just not going to let you on the air today. Or maybe that's we impose a rule.
And don't have no conversation with you off the air either. Don't talk with folks. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk about
Don't
that.
associate with them. I agree with you, Leon. Great call, man. Great call. Roll Tide to you.
Roll Tide, Ryan.
I didn't say don't shake their hand after the game. Don't try to lessen me on sportsmanship. I'm getting all these tweets in because I asked the question because I'm same question today. Is it okay? Because maybe it's the 2019 way. Maybe it's the 2019 way. Maybe I've been left behind. Maybe all of us older generation that did not pull for Auburn. Maybe it's changed. Maybe the new cats like Emily, who said she graduated at the University of Alabama. She said she's been pulling for Auburn every tournament game, and she's going to pull for them to win it all. I mean, I wish I was reading like this was verified fake accounts. No, it's real people. It's real people. 205-342-9904. Chris writes in, there's a difference between sportsmanship. Come on, people. All right, let me try to get to this scrimmage before I... All right, Nick Saban's opening comment. Auburn is like me wanting another nation's flag. Never happening, period. He's got the throw-up sign there. John P., no, I've never spoken for Auburn. Eric writes in, after the kick 6 and 13, while waiting on my friends outside of the stadium, I had several Auburn fans taunting me, flipping me off, telling me to go to hell, throwing rocks at me. Never in a million years will I ever pull for Auburn in any sporting event. Matt writes in, if you pull for Auburn, that's your right. But remember this, if Tuberville throwing up fingers after a win, Toomer's getting rolled after Bama loses to Clemson, Bruce Pearl yelling, we beat that blank is okay with you, then ask yourself if you should be a Bama fan. Sean Moore says reaching. I don't know exactly what he's talking about there. He goes, I don't pull for the SEC. I pull for the University of Alabama. Sean, I'm right there with you. I don't chant SEC, SEC, SEC. I don't care if we don't lose any. I like talking about the SEC. Alabama needs the SEC. No, we are the SEC. Without us, there would be no SEC. That's not having an ego. That's just being facts. Brandon writes in this state, you either bleed crimson or orange. There's no in between. There's no, well, just for the basketball tournament. Oh, me. And then people telling me that I don't have any sportsmanship. Well, I guess in 2019, that's the way it looked at. Greg writes in, absolutely not. It's okay to respect them, but never, ever, 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 ever pull for them in anything. Our friend Michelle up in Chicago listening to us there on Tide 102.9 app says, no way, not me. Dan writes in, you never see those stupid questions asked of Auburn fans when Bama is playing for the title in the football. There's no way around it. Never going to pull for Auburn. So you got quite a few out there, but then you got some saying it's okay. Oh. See, here's another one. I wish it was just one that I was reading. I may just log out of Twitter and get out of here. Yes, especially while Alabama is down. Now I want you to listen here. It's craziness. This is a real Alabama fan. Taylor writes in, I asked the question if it's okay to pull for Auburn. She says yes, especially while Alabama's down. So I guess you're pulling for Alabama in football because we're up? Like, is that the rebuttal? So yes, while Alabama's down, it's okay to pull for Auburn. Auburn's success puts the pressure on our AD and coach to be successful. This will drive Alabama to success more so than anything else. Are you kidding? Hey, let me get to a phone call. Bama Bo, good afternoon. You're in the game.
Good afternoon, Ryan.
What's wrong with these idiots? Stop. What's wrong with these idiots?
It's like they're politically correct all the time, but I wasn't from that generation. Like, I'm just from the generation of I would never ever root for Auburn for any reason ever. I don't care if we're up or down. I don't care if we got a new coach in basketball. I'm not going to pull for them. Period. Like, I want them to just flop. I don't even understand it. I don't understand it, Ryan. And, here's the problem.
I wouldn't have a problem if they shut down the school and sold it to Russia.
No. But here's the thing. It's almost comical because they don't ever win at anything. So that's why it's blown up. And that's what it's like here in Birmingham. They're so excited.
I don't know if I could live up there.
Oh, it's awful. They're so excited because Auburn never wins at anything.
And I bet the Barner Radio Network, they're covering it nonstop.
Oh, it's unlistenable.
It is disgusting.
It's yeah, but I was reading some of those comments on there, and I don't get it. And seriously, Derrick Henry just flat out saved this because I'm scrolling through there yesterday, and as if I wasn't upset with Mac Wilson enough from last year.
Sure.
I mean, I'm like, really? I don't even thank God for Derrick Henry. I mean, that's a Bama guy. But
then even O.J. Howard.
That one bothered me too. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know why it's not okay to say you don't want them to win. I just don't. I wasn't raised.
Even that comedian, he was out here tweeting stuff about how great Auburn is. I think he even deleted his Twitter account.
He deleted his Twitter because he got the backlash.
Well, good.
Yeah,
good.
Well, why?
It's good.
He represents the Alabama fan, right? And the Alabama fans did not want to hear that. Like, that's unacceptable. And he got a lot of backlash from it. But okay, Ryan,
had to delete his Twitter account.
Had to delete it. That's pretty bad.
Well, good.
But you got to watch what you tweet because these hardcore fans like myself don't like it.
Yeah, I agree. This Auburn guy writes in, says the Alabama fans calling into the radio shows say they're pulling for Auburn is exactly why Alabama is not a top 25 program. That and they continue to play in a renovated airport hangar. Hey, listen, I don't want to burst their bubble, but I'll take a championship in the real sport any day. Because they're not going to. Well, I say they're not going to. I didn't think they were going to make it this far.
No, I really didn't either. But you nailed it earlier, and I'll say this before I go, Ryan. I've always felt like it myself. If they're winning, they're cheating. I mean, I don't see it any other way. Maybe I'm wrong.
No. Well, history tells us that is the truth. And Auburn fans never want to defend that. But it's so much the truth.
Yeah.
It
is.
Yeah. Thank you, Bama Bo.
Thanks, Ryan. Have a good day.
29 at The Game on 102.9. Nope, plain and simple. It's like being married to Shania Twain, and soon as her back turns, sneaking around with Rosie O'Donnell. It makes absolutely no sense. When you got the best, it's no Rosie for me. I don't know what to say. Johnny in Coleman, Alabama. Good afternoon. You're next.
Johnny in the house, Ryan Fowler.
Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell. That's that ugly-looking woman, right? Isn't that who that is? Let me look who Rosie. I'm gonna make sure this is who I think it is.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna look her photo up. Ooh, Lord. Yeah.
You know, Auburn created her, right? She was part of the cow patty.
She was an Auburn fan?
Yeah, she was part of the cow patty intervention. That's how she was formed. She's one of them snowflakes.
Oh, she's a snowflake?
Oh, wait a minute. I went politician there, didn't I? Oh, well. Ryan, you better watch out, son. You're going to have a hit on you. Do I need to come down there and be your bodyguard?
Oh, it didn't bother. I mean, I
can do it, Ryan. I ain't scared of the dadgum cow patty.
I'm not scared of the Auburn people.
Yeah.
They're all talk.
Yeah, they're all talk.
Like, see, here's this Rodney guy that I'm responding to.
Yeah.
He says, I'm pulling for any SEC team. I was pulling for Tennessee, too.
Horky dokey do. Rodney. Good for you there, cowboy.
Somebody.
Yeah! Who gives a crap?
Somebody check on Rodney.
Yeah. Ryan, you know the difference in an Alabama cow and that other school cow?
There's a difference?
Yeah. You ride by an Alabama cow in the pasture, they sitting out there at the edge of the pond licking their salt blocks, looking at all the national championship. You ride by that other school pasture, and they're out there rolling trees, right?
Man.
They're rolling trees. I mean, listen to this, right? I got an email a while ago.
Well, look, let me ask you, Johnny. Let me tell you what rolling your own trees, okay?
Yeah.
Johnny, have you ever just wanted to look at your trash can? What day is your trash run there in Coleman County?
That'll be tonight in the morning.
Well, you got to put it out tonight, so it'll run first thing in the morning. Have you ever just thought about, instead of rolling it out to the yard or out to the road, and just as you get out to the road and just throwing the trash all over your yard and just like, yeah, who cares? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about just doing that instead of rolling it to the road? Just right back and just throw it all over your yard tonight. Just, I mean, all over the yard.
Well, Ryan, my landlord lives across the street.
Well, maybe he thinks it's decorative.
Well, he is an Alabama fan.
I know, but have you ever thought about doing that, Johnny?
Well,
that's about as much
really,
sense.
Because I'm not as stupid as Auburn.
Well, that's about as much sense as rolling your own campus is. Oh, we're celebrating.
Ryan, I got an email a while ago. They tried to get me to donate to the Toilet Paper Foundation out of Auburn University. I sent them a message back. I said, hey, stupid, roll tide. I ain't got another email back. Why is that?
I don't know.
Fake news, right? It's all Donald Trump's fault. Fake news. All those fake news. They're out there wishing in the wishing pot. I mean, they're out there rolling a tree, and they ain't even caught picking really won nothing yet.
Johnny,
that other school is the only school I know that would be celebrating something that they probably, more than likely, are going to lose. Would Alabama do that? If we know we're going to lose the championship, why would we be out there busting our butt to win it knowing we're going to lose it? Because we had a cheater in the house.
But, Johnny, in all fairness, with Auburn's lack of success on the football field, they've got plenty of toilet paper kind of stocked up, right?
Well, I tried to purchase some, but, you know, we almost went in, what do you call that? Back in the days when everything shut down. What do you call that? Recession. You know, they about had a toilet paper deal like that. Sharman said they couldn't make as many as they wanted, as fast as they wanted. So they had to go to the soft Angel. And they said they liked that better because it had Angel wrote on it.
A soft Angel?
Yeah, soft Angel toilet paper. It fly better because it's like an angel when they throw it. It just fly through the tree.
You know, Johnny, when I was down there a couple of years ago, and I witnessed some things that I'll never see in the rest of my life. Okay?
I wouldn't wish that on nobody.
No. I saw things down on that campus that I'll never see the rest of my life, okay? I saw a handheld, battery-powered blower, okay? You know, one of these blowers that most of us use it as sidewalks and, you know, the carport, make sure that, you know, nothing is the trash and the leaves and the pollen.
Blow it off sidewalk.
Right, blow it off sidewalk. These Auburn people had wired up an apparatus coming out of the end of the blower, and that you would put your toilet paper on there. And you'd crank this blower up, and the toilet paper would just go zooming up in the air. It was like a... You know, it was a pretty cool invention. I just wondered.
I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to set it on fire without anybody seeing me, and they're inventing.
Well, no, Johnny, you don't have to do that. Their own fan base did that. I mean, that Auburn fan, remember?
Well, they better watch it. They could bring old Harvey back from the dead. You know, they celebrating a little too much, right?
You know, the more I think about Harvey, never mind. I don't want.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
Where was I going? Where was I going, Johnny? Where was I going, Johnny?
Huh?
Where was I going?
Well,
you said I know where you're going.
It really just don't really break your heart the more you think about it. You think it's sort of funny. It's an oak tree, Ryan.
I'm not sure.
It's a cotton-picking tree that you can plant back, and they act like it.
Well, how about the years of pressure washing an oak tree? You think that's pretty good for it?
Well, no. No, it ain't.
I mean, I don't know about you, Johnny, but I pressure wash my oak trees every weekend.
What they do, put some of that bubble rose smelly stuff on it.
It's really good for it.
Make it all soft.
Oh, come on, Johnny. You don't pressure wash your oak trees?
I ain't going to pressure ain't no daggum tree, right?
Well, then you're losing out. Your trees are not as good as our trees.
No, I'm a Bama fan, right? I ain't got no reason to be watching no dang oak tree.
I'm just saying they were
good. Or a pine
for
tree. Okay. Or a hickory tree. Or a maple tree. Or a cedar tree.
I got
you. You know. But, Ryan, I went over my brother the other day. You know the deal about him.
Your brother?
Right. Yeah, my brother. We've had this conversation. He's a trader.
Is this the brother that's an Auburn fan?
Yeah, the trader. So I went over there. And I drove up, and I'm like, "Dadgum, I bet you mad." He said, "What?" I said, "Well, somebody rode your tree." I said, "Oh, wait. Auburn won the bubblegum game the other day, and y'all out here rolling your own trees." Come on, man. Can't roll your own trees. He said, "Well, I didn't want to drive all the way to Auburn, so I just rode my own tree."
Wow. Couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, back in homecoming, I caught some kids rolling my neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
First thing I told them, I said, "Man, there's no way you guys are Auburn fans because you guys suck at rolling yards."
You got to go to college. You know, they train you on how to roll a tree, right? How do you think all these football players are getting on the team? I mean, they got to be taking that class, right?
Yeah.
To graduate.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know. But, you know, it is what it is, Ryan. You know, you just real people, real fans celebrate real championships. You know, real championship, real
fan. Well, I've come to realize that we got some temporary people, temporary Alabama fans. I call it temporary Alabama fans. They're here today, gone tomorrow.
Well, you know, it just makes me sick to my stomach, right?
All right, Johnny, appreciate you, man.
Always remember this, Ryan. If you pull for the other school, I'm sorry. Roll Tide.
It's Alabama. Larry, good afternoon, Larry. You're in the game.
Hey, Ryan, nothing ever good came from rooting for Auburn.
I agree with you.
Little story for you here.
Okay, sure.
There's an Alabama grad and an Auburn grad went out. They were riding around in the car together. Don't ask me why he was associating with an Auburn grad, but he was. And he says, I need to stop the store up here. So he went to the store and he said, walked in. The lady says, can I help? He says, yeah, I need some taters, and some beans. She says, you're from Bama, aren't you? He said, yes, ma'am, I am. The Auburn fella just kind of scratched his head, but didn't think any more about it. About a week later, they're out running around, and the Bama guy says, I need to stop the store here. And he goes inside, and the lady asks him, how can I help you? What are you looking for? He says, well, I need some taters, and some beans. And she said, you're from Bama, aren't you? He says, yes, ma'am, I am. And that just really set the Auburn guy off. And they got back in the car, and they're going down the road, and the Auburn guy says, how on earth do they know you're from Bama? I said, well, I don't know. They just do. He says, I want to try that. Pull into that store right over there, and I want to try that. So Bama guy pulls over. They go in the store, and the Auburn guy walks in and walks up to this lady. She says, can I help you find something? And he said, yeah. He says, I need some taters, and some beans. And she said, you're from Auburn, aren't you? He said, well, yeah. How did you know? He says, this is a hardware store.
I love it. Good one. Good one. Larry, have you ever been guilty of covering or pulling for Auburn?
Not that I can ever remember. I'll tell you, there's one team that I dislike more than Auburn, and that's Notre Dame.
Really? Well, we don't have to play Notre Dame that often.
No, I just think that they've always been the most overrated, underperforming team around, at least for the last 25 years.
Well, they do have the national media wrapped around their finger. You're right.
Well, I've always said that Notre Dame must have a heck of a journalism school, because the way that the national journalists seem to pull for them, they must have all gone to Notre Dame.
Yeah, great true. Yeah, very true. Larry, anything else, man?
No, I just wanted to tell you that little story and tell you the way I felt. Nothing good come from rooting for Auburn.
Yeah, my dad used to say the best thing ever came out of Auburn was Highway 280.
Yeah.
Yep, I heard that a million times. Thank you, Larry.
Okay, have a good one.
You know, congratulating the Auburn fan base, and how I was hoping they can do it all for the state, and what all it would mean for us as a state to have not just a Final Four member, but a national champion.
Oh, you don't, Donnie, you got to be kidding me.
April Fools.
Yeah. Yeah, but to say I looked back through my text. I was like, I don't think I got one there from you.
First off, I'm too intelligent to be on Twitter. And second of all,
whoa, Tony, that's offensive to all of us that are on Twitter.
Well, look, and you all know you're idiots being on Twitter. Deep down, you curse yourself for being on Twitter, don't you?
Yeah, probably.
For having to listen to those morons. Twitter's the cesspool of social media, but I don't even want to get into that.
Okay, all right. Let's go back to pulling for Auburn. Go ahead.
Look, like you said earlier, I'd pull for Satan over the booger eaters. And you know what? They're just the most despicable bunch of backward, incest-loving, animal-loving, nose pickers. I mean, I can't stand anything to do with Auburn. I mean, it's just the most disgraceful thing imaginable to me for Alabama people to pull for the people that do nothing. The main reason in their life, Auburn people, is to bring Alabama down. I mean, let me give you an example. You know why Derrick Henry understands why you hate booger eaters? Because none of the booger eaters voted for him in the media to win the Heisman. How many Heisman Trophy booger eaters voted for Tua for the Heisman?
I remember. Yeah, sure.
How many?
I don't think there was any.
Zero. Not even Bo while he was riding across the
Can you do that one more time? Can you do that one more time?
With the finger up to the knuckle in his nostril, saying it. You know, not even that guy. He's about 40 pounds.
How do you get Bo out of Vincent? Can anybody explain that to me?
It's the only thing he could say.
Son, I know Vincent. Vincent is a hard word to spell. Why don't we just go to Bo? That'd be much simpler for you.
I'm gonna tell you that anyone who would fall, and it's just kind of like, it's all a part of the state media's brainwashing techniques on people. That's the only way you can fix, we've got to do this for that. We got to do this. Blah, blah, blah. Was Kay Ivey telling anyone that, hey, everyone, Alabama's playing for the national championship. This is for our state. Was she saying anything like that?
Yeah, probably not.
I don't remember it. I don't remember any of that.
She's an idiot too. Didn't she? She graduated Auburn.
Hey, you know who else is a booger eater?
Who?
Our Jeff Sessions.
Oh, he's a booger too?
He's a booger. I met him at the President's Mansion one time, and
Jeff Sessions went to Auburn?
Football game. I don't know if he went to Auburn, but he's a booger.
He's a booger?
He's a big time. He was at the President's Mansion at the University of Alabama. This would be about 2000, somewhere right around there. And they always would have a TV on in this room. When you go into the President's Mansion in the lower area, you go down, you go to the left, there's a room, there's a TV back in that room over there. And during football games, while everyone's out, and meeting people and doing whatever out in the front yard, you can come in, and if you know where the TV is, you come in and go in that room, and you can watch the games that are going on. That dude was knocking old women over to see the score of the Auburn game every 10 minutes, coming in there going, hey, yeah. And he's a booger eater by how weak he was or is, or however you want to look at it. I mean, it's Auburn. I just don't get it, and I see friends of mine. I got a buddy of mine that's an ex-punter for the University of Alabama that lives in Tuscaloosa that punted in the pros for several years. You might can put two and two together. I don't know.
He didn't.
He's a little younger than me.
Does he pull for Auburn?
He congratulated him and this, that. But then he did come back with one of the great comebacks of all time. Congratulations on the first time ever being in a Final Four playoff. I thought that was pretty good too.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Tony, did you happen to miss Nancy Armour earlier?
I thought it was fantastic. I wish we'd have tried to. I know you kind of got weak because you had someone who could have really kicked the boogers while they were down, and you kind of like, I apologize for them. Don't apologize for them.
I didn't say I apologized to them.
Yeah, you did. You apologized because they were being mean to her or whatever. That's what they are. That's what they do.
Well, I apologized on behalf of the state of Alabama. I'm embarrassed of that bunch across the state.
Don't apologize for Auburn people. Well, just call them out. Tell them what exactly they are. But I thought she was great. There's going to be the state media obviously won't do anything to try to come out there, but it's
have they
going to be
ever?
interesting. I think.
Have they ever?
No, because
has
that
Kevin Scott Obinski? You think he's ever covered a negative story? Listen, you always depend on the national media. You always depend on the national media to cover the incident. Yeah, story. Like Pete Thamel, Thayer Evans.
That's right.
Those guys break net.
That you're never going to get any type of local thing. And I just for the Skarbinski people out there, I mean, I can go on and on about people, but I'm going to tell you, Skarbinski, just remember this one. He was working behind the scenes to try to get a story on Nick Saban cheating when he first got to Alabama, and had been there. And I forgot, it was a caller on guy who has a show the same time yours does that's failing compared to yours now in Alabama. But you had this backwoods guy calling in, and he's the one that busted the story, saying that he was giving Skarbinski information which was completely bogus on Saban cheating and everything. Meanwhile, during the exact same time, this is also during the time, remember, when we had the guy who has the clothing store here? And
yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
Okay, so they had all that going on. And meantime, that's the exact same year that Cam was breaking. You know, they broke that story on Alabama because to get the stuff off of Cam. And someone asked Skarbinski why he wasn't running an investigative piece on Cam Newton. And he said he didn't have the money to drive to Auburn. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
He didn't have the budget to drive down to Auburn.
But you know, he's one of them. He's one of them crazy Florida grads. I think he went to Florida. He's one of those that he did.
No. He went to Troy.
Who, Kevin did?
Yes, with his little beret. Remember, he used to wear the beret in his picture in the Birmingham News. He's a Troy guy. He's a yeah.
Okay.
Look it up.
Okay. Hey, I'll trust you. He had a big article,
and maybe I'm wrong, but
well, yeah, he had a big. Hey, he's.
Do you remember that he used to have the beret on, that little beret hat?
Hey, here's a website that I know is tearing it up. It's now kevinskarbinski.com. I'm sure this one.
Oh God.
This
and
one.
His mother.
Yeah, this one's probably a big hit. He's got.
Title
of his article that he published last night. Okay, War Eagle, War History, War Final Four. Never say never. Auburn's going to the Final Four. I mean, this is like a poem here. This is beautiful, Kevin. I'm proud of you. Yeah. Anyway, I'm.
Well, they finally after.
Well, this is. And this.
I mean, they held on to him as long as they could. And he absolutely brought nothing. He's one of the worst writers of all time. He's like middle school writing, going in on that. But I'm going to tell you, Pat Dye did everything he could to get Alabama on probation. And remember when we got put on probation the first time, he famously yelled at Roy Kramer. I forgot what it was at. An event because he said they went light on us. That because of him, the NCAA went light on us. Remember, I don't know if you remember that or not. You may not be old enough to remember that. But they have done nothing. Remember, they paid what was his name? The running back, Gene Jelks. They paid him.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I've covered that story quite a bit.
He had a substance abuse problem, and they hit him out, giving him drugs, so he would rat Alabama out. And people
want to pull. See, that's what I'm talking about. Why would you ever stoop to the level of pulling for that bunch? Never. Tony, I'm telling you, if Afghanistan was playing Auburn,
I mean, it goes on and on.
Yeah, all right. And Tony, I got to run a break, but man, I'd be pulling for Afghanistan if they played Auburn. I'm telling you, no chance.
First, we got to explain to people down there what the process is. Part of the process of being an Alabama fan. One is if you see a booger eater, what do you do?
You got to kick it.
And if you see one that's down, what do you do?
Kick it harder.
That's right, buddy. Roll Tide.
Ryan, what's going on, man?
I'm overwhelmed by idiots today.
man, I would vote for Hillary Clinton and probably support the Green New Deal before I root for Auburn.
Come on, Jared. I don't know if I'd go that far.
I would.
Well, that would be a debate. Maybe we could do that tomorrow. Hillary Clinton or Auburn? Which one would you rather?
I would vote for Hillary Clinton and support the Green New Deal. I always wanted to ride a train to Hawaii anyway.
Did you see where the idiot representing us said he was mixed on whether he was going to vote the Green Deal down? That he was still trying to weigh all the options.
Man, I hope you don't have any cows, Ryan, because Cortez. We're gonna back her trailer down to your place, and she's gonna take her cows. You better not have any. She's coming after them.
Oh Lord! And we're all gonna fly in the air with no airplanes, no cars.
That's right. No combustion engine.
What an idiot!
Medicare for all. We're gonna, free money and free food stamps for everybody, even if you don't want to work.
It's immoral to have kids now.
Did she go to Auburn?
No, but she missed a good opportunity to. I don't think she did, but she missed a good opportunity to. She would have got accepted for sure.
I want to see if she's an Auburn grad. I'm gonna look her up.
I think she went to Boston U or something.
Okay. Oh, that'd be perfect. Yeah, Boston U, Auburn, about the
same thing. Same thing. They play about the same level of football. They cheat about the same level. One cheats in sports, another cheats in academics. So, But no, there's no way I'd pull for Auburn for anything. Those guys they're after us every day that they're alive. Every minute they're breathing, they're trying to nail us. And I can't pull for people like that, man. I just can't do it. There's no way. I had a client of mine come in today, and I said, "What do you think about Auburn in the Final Four?" Man, I wouldn't pull for Auburn for nothing. And he's a Wisconsin guy.
Yeah.
I
actually got 2 congratulation texts last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm sure you're excited to see him too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I quickly let him know that. It's like, and these people that keep talking about it's good to see a football blue blood in basketball championships. Let's all get this straight. Auburn's not a blue blood in anything except swimming and diving. They've won a few softball games. They've won a few baseball games.
They've got a championship with an asterisk by it.
Right, and the split national title in '57 that they split with Ohio State.
Yeah, we don't even count that. They got a championship with an asterisk by it. The split, you forget their split. They got nothing. They got a championship with an asterisk by it because they bought a football player. Plain and simple. But no, I can't root for them, man. I don't care who's playing. I'm voting for Hillary, supporting the Green New Deal, and might even get out and work on.
All right. Here we go, Jared. Here we go. I'm gonna end it with this. End the call. Would you kiss Hillary Clinton?
I would stick 6 inches of tongue straight down her throat before I root for Auburn. Just fact. Plain and simple.
I don't even know what to say. I'm going home, I think.
It would be tonsil hockey 2.0 before I root for Auburn, man. There's no way.
I apologize to all the wrecks that just happened in Tuscaloosa after hearing that. Jared, oh my heavens.
It is what it is, man. It is either you're in or you're out. And if you're in, stay in. If you're out, get out. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Ain't no way I root for them for nothing. Water polo, gymnastics, or nothing.
I gotta go, Jared. I appreciate you, man.
Roll Tide, brother.
Boy, they have just about blanked my mind. I just got a terrible picture I can't get out.
6 inches of tongue. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, there's some things you shouldn't kiss. I don't know. We ain't go no farther.
But maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Would you rather kiss Hillary Clinton or pull for Auburn?
Oh, Lord. I think I'll skip you tomorrow on that one.
See you Wednesday at 2, Tommy, right?
Say what?
I said see you Wednesday at 2, right, Tommy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, see you too. Yeah. Oh, goodness.
Hey, listen, I'm so lost. I got to go to Aaron Torres coming up here in just a couple of seconds. But
I am too. I mean, after that one, I'm just
Tommy,
like, I
I'm
had a good comment.
speechless.
I was going to praise the lady about her article, Nancy, but when he talked about kissing, I just went, man, today I picked the two greatest people before me, and they've just wiped my mind, quoting the Bible, and now we're talking about tongues. I mean, not the speaking time, the other one, but oh my Lord.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Tommy, thank you, man.
All right, man. Have a good one.